Okay, so can we be honest about the state of Black Clover's manga as of 2024? Because it's been pretty much a year since the Black Clover manga was transferred over from Weekly Shonen Jump with weekly releases over to Jump Giga, which releases quarterly and getting anywhere from 1 to 2 chapters every 3 months, opposed to a chapter a week for every week of the year. Of course, minus the breaks and whatnot. And let's just be honest here, Black Clover has not had a sweet ride. I mean, just in general, throughout the entire run of its series, despite the fact that it had a lot of support internally from Shonen Jump and Shueisha. I mean, a long time ago, I had talked about how they wanted Black Clover to be the next Naruto when the original Naruto manga wrapped itself up. So there has been a lot of inner support for Black Clover, but in terms of the series' success, yeah, it's been a bumpy ride. It never really rose to the heights of series like My Hero Academia or even Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer. It never quite was up there, but it also wasn't a bad selling manga either. I want to say as of the recording of this video, Black Clover has already sold roughly 20 million copies worldwide. And if you can sell 20 million of anything, there gotta be something about your product, right? However, even with those sales, oftentimes the people of the anime and manga community don't really give Black Clover the props and respect that it truly deserves because they feel as though it just didn't match up to the levels of success of its contemporaries. Which I feel is valid, but also at the same time unfair, because Black Clover at the end of the day tried to do something that is pretty much almost extinct at this particular point in Shonen Battle series at the very least. And that's kind of just keep a straightforward, running with the tropes as they come along type of story, but also incorporating other elements as well. Like, Black Clover is truly a love letter to the Shonen Jump genre, the boy with a dream and all that jazz. And while My Hero Academia started out that way, My Hero took a different approach to its storytelling, while Black Clover kind of just remained in, these are all the really cool things you love about Jump Battle series. Let me show you everything that you love of the genre in my story. But with all that being said, August 2023, the Black Clover manga was forced due to several factors, mainly including the author Yuki Tabata's health, into switching over magazines from Weekly Shonen Jump to Jump Giga. And as a fan of the series and as a fan of manga in general, I was at first on the fence of this whole thing. On one hand, I was just very excited that the author is finally going to be able to have a lot more of a lax schedule. He's not going to be constantly having to do this thing because, as I've spoken about many a times, these authors, they go through a living nightmare working as a author in Weekly Shonen Jump, and the longer they go, the more their health starts to give out, and eventually they can't do it anymore. I mean, there's people that are complaining that Horikoshi, the author of My Hero Academia, is ending it only after 10 years, and the guy has been having several health issues for the last few years alone and has still continued to go on. But there were several complaints, and even, I would argue, my own opinion, probably some mental health concerns for Yuki Tabata as the author comments throughout the weeks would come along, where he would kind of spill his guts about how he feels. It seemed as though he just had a lot going on at home with his wife, his daughter, and just everything in general, and was like, yeah, maybe this ain't for me. But luckily, Black Clover had secured enough of a fan base, especially with its anime. Black Clover's main popularity and success has truly been through the support and love that the fandom has had for the anime over the years. They actually gave Tabata an option to, hey, we're not gonna just outright cancel you. We're not gonna say, yeah, get out of here in 5 chapters. How about we try and use the popularity of Black Clover to boost up one of our other magazines? And honestly, outside of D. Gray Man, I've never really known of any series that were mega popular or continued to have its wild success with only releasing a chapter or so every 3 months. Like, it just seems like a tall order, basically them counting on a fan base that is going to stick for thick and thin. Because in all honesty, ever since the Black Clover manga has went on this massive jump from Shonen Jump to Jump Giga, I personally have lost almost total interest in the series. While yes, I love and appreciate it, and there's so many moments about the story that I could go back and reread or rewatch and just have a blast with it, as far as my attention, yeah, it's kind of a tall order to have me fully engaged and immersed into your story when I'm waiting 1 chapter every 3 months. And that's of course totally speaking from the standpoint of somebody that has already read and caught up to everything. Obviously, I know there's some people that's the way they follow their stories. Maybe they wait for the volumes to come out or whatnot, but for me, it's a tall order to ask for a 20-page chapter every 3 months to be what primarily keeps me excited. And considering the fact that the Black Clover anime has been over for quite some time, the last main hoorah we had was back in 2023, the Black Clover movie that hit Netflix. And it was an awesome film and I loved it, but since then, Black Clover has kind of just slowly gone quiet and hasn't really had any major oomph. And that's why I say all that to say that I gotta be honest, the move from Weekly Shonen Jump to Jump Giga has been atrocious and actually detrimental to Black Clover's success as it continues. Like, if you even take a glance in any little anime community pocket online, whether it be whatever social media platform, Black Clover really isn't the talk of the town anymore. Not that it was the most popular to begin with, but you know, it had its fan base, and the fan base is still somewhat there and kind of tries to reunite, but you know, it ain't the same. And then there's the catch-22 to the whole thing, because while yes, all of this means negativity towards the success and the status of the Black Clover manga, the author, who has to live the mangaka lifestyle while he was in Shonen Jump, especially doing this thing 20 hours a day, his health and his mental health seemingly as well has gone up immensely. In his latest author comment in Jump Giga, he was quoted saying, "I'm writing this while glamping with my family. I'm sleeping peacefully listening to the chorus of frogs for the first time in a while." And most of Yuki Tabata's author comments since he's left Weekly Shonen Jump have been just basically positive. He's happy, he's more free, he's getting more rest, he's spending more time with his family. So while yeah, Black Clover is taking a, you know, massive hit, the success, the franchise aspect of it, you know, the business side of things isn't doing well, the man himself has been doing great mental health wise. And I guess that's the conundrum of life, is that, hey, you know, is the work worth the headache that comes along with it? So definitely overall, it's a tough thing. As a Black Clover fan, just being totally honest, I've lost a lot of passion for the series, not having something to remind me of the series other than, again, a chapter every 3 months. It just doesn't hit. I mean, even if it was monthly, I think it would have been a lot better off. Like, okay, my monthly Black Clover chapter, let's go. But 3 months? Maybe I totally sound impatient with saying that, but for me, that's a deal breaker. I haven't been watching that much anime and manga as of recent as it is, and expecting me to be excited about a series every 3 months is just not really doable. Not to mention the quality of the manga. I just read the latest 2 chapters, I think 372 and 373, and the art is like at an all-time high for Black Clover. Having that opportunity of 3 months to work on 2 chapters that he released, like, it definitely ups the quality, no doubt. I'm just wondering how much longer Black Clover is going to last, because if I'm not mistaken, Black Clover debuted roughly about 5 months after My Hero Academia's manga, but the thing is, Black Clover for the last year lost a lot of that ground of being close in chapters and close in releases to My Hero Academia. So honestly, if Yuki Tabata wanted to, which it seems like he's having a good time with his life, he could probably run Black Clover for a long time. He could just end the original serialization and even do a spin-off. But for fans like me, I'm ready to wrap this one up as well. I'm ready for the next gen of Shonen Jump battle series to take over. My Hero has left the building, and it's only a matter of time till Jujutsu Kaisen goes, and Black Clover's not even part of the regular rotation anymore. But let me know how you guys feel. How have you felt since Black Clover has removed itself from Shonen Jump and been moved to Jump Giga? Do you feel as though, hey, as long as Tabata's happy, I'm happy? And has your faith in Black Clover and your excitement in it dwindled at all with the change of the situation of the chapters going from being released weekly to being released every quarter? So that's for this one. Have an awesome day. Subscribe and hit that bell to get more. Thank you so much.
But in the end, it always ends with the end. So let's not pretend we can always start anew. We can do it again.